everybody? I'm
What's
Jada
going on?
Kid. That's Broke Boy Bray.
Yo, yo.
We got LC from 773
Yo,
and Visionary 23 with us today.
yo.
It's a full boys podcast. So, with that being said, everything from today's episode that we're finna do all comes from our man, LC from 773. Everything today is everything he wanted to come up with for today, and we are gonna go ahead and get started. We gonna do
Yes, sir.
Bloodline versus Bloodline 2.0. So, Chris, since this is your segment, go ahead and start off first.
All right, gang. So my initial question when we was talking about this last week, we see now that 2.0 has Bronson Reed.
Right.
So
Great
who
pickup.
on in, who do you believe? Oh yeah, excellent pickup, excellent pickup. Him and Jacob, they work great as hell together.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can honestly see like down the line the split, it's gonna be God versus probably Jacob and Bronson unless they, push Jacob as a singles. But even then it's like staying on topic, who can OG Bloodline pick up as the fifth member? Out of everybody that's there, are they gonna pick somebody that's between Raw, SmackDown, probably NXT, or are they gonna outsource?
Obviously, the speculation being that it'll be Seth Rollins because that'll be obviously the easy choice. Me personally, I would like it to be someone not Seth Rollins, just because it's like
For sure.
of any wrestler that we have on the roster, Seth Rollins has his of wanting to fuck with the original bloodline. Like he's like almost on the same level with Kevin Owens, where it's like they've done nothing but just torture him over the last 4 years. So why the fuck would he want to join these niggas if that's the case?
True.
And just kind of throwing Bronson Reed in there just kind of had me and a lot of other wrestling fans just believing that like it's gonna be Seth, and it would just be like if it is Seth, that'll kind of be fucked up just because like it's just throwing Seth in there just to have him in there.
Right, and they just got a feud going on back and forth. I
Right.
mean, Seth could interfere and cost them the match. I wouldn't be mad with that,
No,
but
I wouldn't be mad at
don't
that,
put
but
him in the match.
yeah, him being in the
Yeah,
active match would be just bad booking in my opinion.
right. Because I mean, they done screwed just about a lot of people over, but OG Bloodline has done a lot worse to everybody else. And it's like
Exactly.
they didn't cause the chain of events that has led up to 2.0 being the next incarnation. Solo was what, the enforcer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, of OG.
Yep,
Yep.
same position that he gave Jacob. So more or less, I could see. Yeah, even if the turn isn't essentially them not having a fifth guy, and then the turn in the match is somebody turning on 2.0 team, leaving it to a 4-on-4. Yeah, it could pretty much go either way. 'Cause I mean, it's weird not being able to read the booking, but it's also good at the same time. It's like
Right.
you're not really prepared for what's next, so it's actually fun to watch. It's not like, oh, okay, I can see just yeah, he gonna get put through a table for the next 6 weeks straight, and then after a while, shit, probably turn into a singles run with the title for 2 weeks. Kind of
I
glad we out of that phase of booking.
Nah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Visionary, what's your thoughts on this? What you think about Bloodline versus Bloodline 2.0?
Mm.
Honestly, they might bring Cody in somehow. I'm thinking Cody maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know
I can see
how,
that.
but yeah.
Mm, now, I guess I can see that coming from the standpoint of like Cody has already helped out Roman, and it's benefited Roman like numerous times.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So it's just the fact of if you get Cody, I understand it, but like, do The Rock come out after again and disapprove of this shit, then go away in the background? Like, I don't understand like what that did for anything. But if that means we get another answer if Cody and Roman is side by side, fuck it. Because I don't know what The Rock is gonna do now. I
Hmm.
thought The
Yeah,
Rock would have been at War Games.
right. I mean, we
Yeah.
still got a little bit of time for them.
I would say I
Um,
just looked up the
that
date
may
was
be
the
the call.
30th, so we technically
Hmm.
still have about a week and a half before, the show is officially all set and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
just like,
still, you know things could change last minute. You know how
Exactly.
you
they.
see,
True.
we had the same
Yeah.
goddamn thought. I'm glad because it's just like I don't know how I feel about I don't know how I feel about Triple H booking this bloodline thing enough right now. And it's not like
Hmm.
saying I don't trust him, but it's just
It's
like
gotten to the point. It's not in his booking. It's just gotten to the point where, as fans, we're kind of getting tired of the bloodline stuff. It's been going on for so long at this point, and there's
Hell
nothing
yeah.
really crazily developed with it since Roman dropping the title.
The
yeah.
funny part is it haven't been going on as long as New Day,
Yeah,
I knew they'd been going on for a while.
and that's just now coming to an end, which is crazy.
Hmm.
It's fucked up, but at the same time, it's like I can understand that. This shit I can't understand. It's like, are we feeling bad for Roman, or is it just like, damn, Roman Reigns is having his down days, but he gonna rise again, and he gonna be a
Oh, of
problem for
course,
everybody.
of course, it's Roman.
yeah. So that's just inevitable.
It's
Hmm.
inevitable, but I don't like it. I don't think I'm ready to accept that it's just Roman Reigns having some down days.
But so
It's only like this for
how long
now.
the down day is going to keep
Yeah.
going? Because
It's just like we know he's gonna get his redemption moment, and he can't just walk into WrestleMania as the underdog.
you can't.
He can't. You literally built this man up for years that he was the most unstoppable thing on the brand. That it didn't matter if you was a giant, it didn't matter if you was one of the best wrestlers on the roster, it didn't matter if you was a legend. You was gonna get this work. And now I'm supposed to believe that Solo, the little cousin, and a few crash out niggas is supposed to make me just rethink my leadership and my dominance.
It's hard to believe Solo, but at the same time, it's like lately they've been kind of making a point. I
It's
mean,
just like
hey,
they've been,
everybody gonna take their grain of salt with that, but
and it's
right
just like,
now he been showing everybody it's a reason he wanna be in the top position.
and it's just
Hmm.
crazy because I'm just like thinking about like what Jacob ass said. Like I seen this screenshot that he posted where he was like, just woke up this morning. Thank you God for another day to love Solo. I love
So
you
I
Solo.
saw that tweet.
I was like, this nigga is crazy.
hey,
Like
he
this
got
nigga
something to
legit used
believe
his
in.
platform to just keep it going as a joke. Like you would have just
That's
thought
the
like,
best way.
I love my little cousin or whatever. This nigga just I love you Solo. Like it
I
be the
love you,
most
Solo.
randomest times of the matches. Like
Somebody had
Solo
made
just
a
gets
little
stumping the nigga
fake.
out and then he be like, I love you Solo. It's like what was that for, nigga? Like what are we doing? But I
He
think
letting you
with
know where his allegiance stand.
Facts.
nigga, you ain't gotta tell us every week.
He
He
said
letting it be
every week.
known.
This nigga say it every promo, every minute where it sound like it's
He
silent
gonna
in the
make sure niggas
arena,
don't forget. He gonna make sure niggas don't forget who he loyal to.
and he be
He
saying
know
it
who
like
brought
when
him
he's
in.
finna get ready and do like a special move or something like that because the crowd gets silent, and right before he hit the move, I love you Solo, and just run towards a nigga. Just imagine if we was ever in a wrestling ring in a rumble somewhere and you just beating up a nigga on the other side of the ring and you just hear I love you Solo and you just hear feet running towards you, nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm jumping over the rope. That rumble was not meant for me to win. I'm not doing it. I can't do it. I can't go. I can't go out like that.
That's why I was always scared of Umaga. The way his ass was running full speed at you
Mhm.
Facts.
That was the thing. Omega was big as hell, and fast as fuck for no reason.
for
I
all the right reasons. Look at how he kind of like set that standard for how they develop now. Because I can easily see how. I mean, even before he started losing the weight, shit, he was doing stuff just based off what Bronson Reed was doing was minimal
Yeah.
to be his size.
and that's
And then
true.
they kind of
Very
did
impressive.
the little superhero stuff.
Until like it's
Mhm.
like we was impressed with those abilities until we found out Jacob Fatu was out on the independence doing this shit.
Yep.
Hey,
Speaking of independence.
He was giving it. He was doing this shit on no untelevised wrestling, and was putting
Mhm.
on banger ass matches.
Just for the love of the sport.
And then got on camera a little bit more with MLW and put on
Yep.
classics. And then went over and went with Zilla for a little bit. And they had a cool, dominant ass cousin tag team duo.
yeah, I started catching little glimpses of their stuff and seeing like they got a cold ass tag finishing. And then like now his like the way Zilla building himself up, I mean, essentially he could be next up in that program.
Yeah.
Yeah, without question. But it's just like I don't think he gonna leave the independence just yet because now he got that gold in his gold now. So it's like
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's not to say he conceded or anything, but it's just to show like
Just for the time being, he's
but
definitely probably not going to jump
yeah,
promotions.
No, no need to right
building
now.
up his name a little bit more. I'm not saying he should wait like 3, 4 more years until this bloodline shit all settled up with, but it's just like he does not need to be in war games right now because he
Mhm.
should not be on the losing side of this. If you want Solo to continue this shit, he should not be on Roman Reigns' side because if his first match is him putting on a good performance and losing, you take away that feel good moment. Yes, I mean it'll still be feel good because he was able to go do that shit with family and Sami Zayn, but he was able to do it
Sami Zayn family.
nonetheless. Like he that cousin like you don't see all the time because y'all don't really fuck with his mama like that. Like that's the cousin Sami Zayn is.
He cool, but he
like
hates.
the OGs got into it a long time ago, but you know, y'all see each other here and there.
So it's just
Yeah.
like, with all that, we're gonna go ahead and slide over to the next topic. We are gonna do visionary stars. So we are gonna be having Visionary 23 give us his male, female, and tag team of the week. Floor is all yours.
Okay. Um.
Oh, shout out to the Fiend mask in the background. I ain't even
Oh
going.
yeah.
That's tough. That's
You
tough.
know, you see, this
Y'all,
nigga
that's the
just
one he
leaving
had
little. He be leaving
customized.
trinkets in the background of
Little
his
Easter
shit
eggs.
now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been noticing that when the nigga had the belts last week.
Mhm.
But who the male, female, and tag team for this week?
Mm. Thinking. Might have to give it to DIY.
Hmm.
Okay, seeing the change on that, yeah.
I
Champa.
could see it. It's just like, but where are they going with this now? Like, does that mean Johnny Gargano finna get a grudge too, and like them niggas finna be heels? But
Hey,
then
that'd be
now,
tough.
but then now you making the goddamn street profits heels now. So it's like, what the like? Who's gonna be the heels that beat the Motor City Machine Guns? That's the heels I care about more.
Mhm.
Because if Dawkins is finna go get grimy and dirty and shit like that, like mixing that in with the wrestling he was doing already, but making it dirty,
Mhm.
nigga, that's a tag team champions right there.
Hell yeah.
Or
They
do
need to
you
go
trade
ahead
the
and put the belts on
streets?
the profits.
Or do you just trade the street profits in for like trade them over to Raw
Hmm.
and just have them take the belts off of Balor and JD because they're not doing nothing with them belts.
They're literally just holding them at this point.
It's like I just wanted to throw that in real quick with the tag team division and everything like that. But
Hmm.
that's a good pick for DIY being it. I want to see what this story leads to.
Yeah.
All right, that's your tag. Who your
So
male
then,
and your female.
I'm gonna say Shinsuke just got back.
Oh yeah.
yeah, that was impressive. I think
Yeah.
I think
Hope
they
they
got something
don't
going
do
with that.
not. Yeah, hope they don't mess up nothing with this. I mean, even then,
Yeah.
it's like it ain't really saying that they can mess up something with it. Knowing how they do the booking situation nowadays, it's more or less if they tell you they ain't got shit for you, then you can't really do nothing about that. They in control of your television time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that's why they've been letting him go out, do shit in Noah, everywhere else,
Yeah.
refine that character.
Shit. Who your woman's wrestler of the week?
Get a Chelsea Green.
Can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that. I still advocate for Chelsea as getting the championship.
Hmm.
I still agree with it. But it just
Yeah.
makes me think that she needs to lose to a formidable like opponent. Like don't let her lose to somebody that's lower than her.
Hmm.
Like if it's gonna be Chelsea Green, it needs to be like that final match. It either needs to be with Michin, Bailey, or Naomi. Those the three
True.
women that I believe that y'all want us to believe gonna win before Chelsea Green because
Yeah.
Bailey kind of scares me for being
They
the
could do
announcer.
one big ass fatal
I'm not
four way.
upset with it.
Yeah.
I'd be good
Naomi,
with one fatal four way.
I would love to see win because Naomi needs her moment back.
Hmm.
Like I'm
Hmm.
not saying like this, like y'all brought her back just to make her the first ever champion, but if y'all are gonna make her this champion, like it should feel special. Like she just went over to TNA, had to go do a whole year with a whole new team, a whole new set of family.
Yep.
Like she had
But
to
then
do
that
that.
means Jordan Grace most likely coming over.
Hmm.
And then bring in TNA with you. Not saying that she's the reason why they got that merger, but like, hey, Naomi signed back. TNA want to do a little bit of business too at the same time. Let's
Yeah.
do
It
something
was
that can
really
run.
back to back.
Yeah, I was they did have it really close to each other, so this
Like,
probably was really a coincidence.
like it correlates with each other so well, and for that to happen, that's fire. And then
Yeah.
Yeah.
obviously, me Chan being the person of I would advocate for winning this belt too, because again, she just deserves one more big. We appreciate the shit that you do.
Hmm.
Yeah. But really circulated between them really for the next few years. But I mean, don't really keep them in that position. That really should just be like, if you're gonna have a belt like that, that's gonna have to be in a workhorse position. Because the progression from that only should go up to the world title, the world women's title, undisputed title. No matter what they make after that, whatever really change about the title, that should be that next step. If you're gonna have me hold the Intercontinental or the United States or the North American, I should be winning the world title pretty much after that.
Yeah.
Unless it's
Yeah,
like I'm going up to the next brand to progress or hone in that.
true, true.
Shit,
So
Wesley right now he held the tag team and the NXT. He made a statement for being damn near the top guy when it comes to that NXT North American title.
Hmm.
You're gonna put the world title on him, and what you gonna do from there? NXT's supposed to be, that next elevation into taking that next step.
the land of
Right.
opportunity.
Right. That way you actually can see who your next, John Cena, Undertaker gonna be the next 10
Yeah,
years down the line.
two good names, you'll never see it again.
Nope.
Yeah.
But that's why they supposed to use that as the basis for what it is.
Nah, I
Make
feel
that
you. I feel
yeah,
you.
that go around for that.
I just think that comparison just can't be it.
Hell
But
no, it'll never be that again.
but nah. So visionary, we gonna let you finish it up though. Why did you choose Chelsea Green for this week?
Cause she like an interesting character. Like, how she like the how can you describe it? Like the what was that wrestler? Um I can't think of their name.
I
But
got
they
it.
remind me of her though.
Talking about two.
But
Wait, the person you
From
just
what
got.
time frame?
uh like the
Like what
early
era?
2010s.
Cause I thought you was gonna say Santino. I was gonna say I
Yeah, yeah, 17, yeah, kind of like that almost.
Santino
Like
and
that.
Chelsea like got this like connection. Like I feel like if Chelsea Green went over to TNA one more time, like and met up with Matt Cardona and they had like a little backstage segment, like that shit would be hilarious. It was like and would be viewed everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, ain't no telling if you gonna go back. I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's
Nah,
like what
have a
position would he be in besides like him and his wife doing stuff, and that only pretty much put them in like a mixed tag situation. Like same
Mm,
thing that was happening with like Priest and Rhea. They can't be a tag team and win the world tag titles together simply based off like how wrestling is. It's no real mixed tag title situation in that. Which,
Right.
mm.
would have made sense in that point in time, but I mean a lot of them was getting hurt. Like switching up teams every 2, 3 weeks.
yeah, nah, that's why when you said mixed tag team championship, nope.
Yeah.
If
Like,
y'all gonna do
nah,
that, just bring back that mixed match tag challenge shit.
right. That's why I'm
Yeah.
like that probably would have only worked for that. I mean they made belts for everything else. Might as well have made belts for that.
Mm.
What then? Give somebody a stupid ass ring.
Yep. And a tie, a bow tie for
Bow
everybody.
tie.
And that shit gonna be stupid as hell. And it's crazy to think that the reigning champions are R Truth and Carmella from the
Hey,
mixed match challenge.
That's crazy.
that's actually perfect. That make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why does everybody think one thing that irritates me? And I was gonna save it for 20-minute rants, but why does everybody think that Matt and Jeff Hardy still can wrestle? And this hurts my feelings to say because Jeff Hardy and Matt are my favorite tag team of all time. They still can put on good wrestling matches,
Hmm.
but they cannot do the old school shit that y'all always rambling about.
It's nostalgia and rose tinted goggles. That's really all it is. That's why people still hold them in such high regard. And I'm the same way, Jesse. Like it does hurt to see because it's like obviously they're older. They're never going to be able to recapture that same fire that they had back in the early late 2000s, late 90s and shit. Because it's like they're older. But it's just also like people have to come to realism a little bit and realize that like we have to be honest with ourselves. Love them to death. They can't, come to the same caliber they once had, and that's just a part of wrestling. Like you don't always have those amazing matches. Like you said, it's not like they still can't put on good matches. It's just it's hit or miss. Like, is it going to be a good match? Is it not going to be a good match? It's just a lot of fan, bias and a fan nostalgia that plays a factor into a lot of this shit. 'Cause that's why we still see a lot of like wrestlers like Chris Jericho and all these older wrestlers still having a decently long career, even though it's like your time has passed. You should really be wrapping this shit up.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But
I
we
feel
can
like
go
at the
ahead.
same time, it's like, they could pretty much do a lot. In a sense, they could really transition the way that they do wrestling. We have seen it done over time to where it's like, all right, you don't have to do too much of that flippy shit. It's like y'all already established. Y'all do that before. You could really lock in and just do what Matt was doing. He just started submitting motherfuckers. Started
Hmm.
locking in. Just all right. I'm
That's
gonna
the
just
thing
whip
too. Is
your
like
ass
get
instead of
older as a wrestler, you need to
yeah.
adjust your wrestling count to accommodate for your age and shit. Because it's like, yeah, Jeff can't keep just jumping off fucking 12-foot ladders on the
Yeah.
tables and shit.
Right. I
'Cause-
personally don't want to see that. You know, I'm the biggest Jeff Hardy fan on the planet. I literally have
I do not
videos of us doing
want
that shit.
like 12
Hmm.
other surgeries done in the span of 5 months because your body is complete tore the fuck up and you can't fucking do shit.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I'd much rather watch Jeff Hardy go completely dark and just start breaking motherfuckers in half
Like,
than giving people more of a reason to be like, oh, why doesn't he do this no more? Look, age wise compared to then, like,
no.
bro, before we were even born, they were already doing that shit.
Right.
Hmm.
Let me just
Hell
put it
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, the day they had their match versus Edge and Christian over the Edge in 1999, I was born that day.
Literally.
Damn.
So
Fun fact,
let's
everybody.
just put it like that. So they were doing this shit well before we
Nigga,
were
I
even
was
thought
destined
of conceived.
to be a Jeff Hardy fan, nigga. God was like, you know what, nigga? Y'all finna grow a fan base right now. Bam. Made my ass appear, and they had their match and won.
Hmm.
So also I think that was also the same night that we lost Owen Hart too. So it's like, RP to that nigga. No.
R.P. to Owen.
Yeah, RIP.
But we're gonna go ahead and get into indie darlings that you want to see in WWE or AEW. Now AEW, y'all might want to sit this one out. Y'all got too many niggas over there. Y'all,
We don't do no more signings right
y'all,
now.
y'all
We
chill
gotta
down.
hone in on the talent we got.
Y'all hold
We,
off.
we can predict other companies outside of AEW. This ain't got to be an AEW, super show.
Exactly. So it's like
No, we
y'all,
got
y'all
it's a lot of other companies. We got New Japan.
like
Then we got the
W,
indie
like
companies.
TNA. Hmm.
CGW, like CZW. It's too many other places. AW. I don't need every nigga. Like
Hey,
Lucha Underground is taking applications, not in a bad way though. But like let some other people get signed, gang.
they said fuck that. Do what WWE was doing. I'm gonna sign you to 5 years. You ain't gonna do nothing.
Shit. You know what? An indie star that I want to see in WWE, it's gonna sound like, average answer. But I low key want to see Kenny Omega in WWE now. Like before it's too late. He didn't had too many injuries. Seth Rollins didn't had too many injuries.
Hell yeah, they both
We
since
need the match.
that first
Hmm.
encounter. Now it's been a little hot minute.
It's just like, with that being said, it's just like there's no way that I'm supposed to be okay with y'all saying y'all the two best wrestlers in the world and y'all have never faced off. Ever. It's like feeling like we got robbed of Sting versus Undertaker again in this generation.
Yeah, true.
Hell yeah.
Because we was robbed of so much good shit. And we gonna probably get robbed of a Shield triple threat match at WrestleMania. Just think about that. The last moments of their careers, they will not have won't have a match with each other. Which all of this should have led up to if they all would have stayed in WWE. Now, granted, Moxley had to leave because of situations he felt like he was put through. He wasn't given his chances for real. Like, he didn't get a chance to be too show off his real true abilities as much. I can
Hey,
understand
told
that.
you motherfuckers said him doing all types of stuff for no reason, bro.
Everything
And it's
but
like I understand that's your job, but it's like you should be allowed to say no to some like stupid shit. It don't make
Hmm.
sense to do everything that's not.
but see that was also the Vince
It's not
era. It's like
you. Yeah,
you
you
couldn't
should.
say no
You
to
kind of know how
Vince.
to get yourself over.
I
Yeah.
was like, that was the crazy part about the Vince era. It's like you couldn't say no to that man because you said no. That's how you get fired. That's how you get no TV time and shit. So it's like
Yeah,
I kind of understood why
blackball.
you kind of bit the bullet and took it because it's like I do this or I don't get paid type shit.
Yeah, and your like locker room respect kinda drops once you
Because
hit a
everybody
certain
else
mark.
think if everybody gonna look at you like, well, we've done dumbass shit too. Why are you supposed to be different?
Facts.
Hmm.
Visionary 23. Who you think is somebody from the independents that you didn't saw that you think would be perfect for WWE?
Young Bucks.
Mm.
I'm sick of them niggas on AEW right now.
Look, think about it. You put the Usos against the Young Bucks in like a TLC match. That gonna be crazy.
It would be, but it's
Yeah,
gonna be one.
before.
It's gonna be a super kick on super kick match.
Yeah.
Hey, you saw Jimmy and Jay. Same shit that they said that the Bucks was gonna do.
That
They
that
had a
was that would
cinematic
be
match and
with
they
me
ain't even do too
after
much of
shit
that.
took Young Bucks in there. That's it.
It's fair. It's fair. LC, what you think?
Before it pretty much, they go their separate ways with it. I need Mike Bailey in WWE.
Oh yeah, Mike Bailey be tough too.
Yeah, nah,
He
he tough.
cold as hell.
He tough in TNA. I give him that.
And I mean they got the space and the opportunity right now to put him over there, but
You don't want to
they
ruin what
missing
they
one
do.
important thing, and that's a cruiserweight title.
True, true, true.
Hmm.
You bring me a
BC.
WWE speed title and I'll probably throw the fuck out.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of disgracing an entire culture based off that brand, and it's not just like a religious culture or anything, but it's more of a anybody that watch lucha anything, super juniors, junior heavyweights. That's where your money at.
Hmm.
That's where you gonna get your crowd riled up at, prepare for the rest of the show, everything. Last night you saw whoever probably did watch it. Shit, Commander in general, you probably even don't even just gotta watch one of his matches. You can watch it as a highlight. Commander, he different. He been doing some shit that's haven't been seen on national television in damn near forever.
Hmm.
Got your
I remember
motherfucker
some of
tight
that shit.
roping and just run the entire ropes the whole fucking time. It's like, yeah, they gonna consider, Grand Metalik and everybody that was over there for a while, but it's a way to make your lucha or your super juniors or your cruiserweights different from everybody else. Don't just showcase them here and there. Give them that opportunity. Same shit where they fucked up with Pocket at the time, Neville,
Yeah.
and shit, Austin Aries, even though, it'd be a lot of stuff attached to his name anyway. And shit, pretty much from there, if you don't showcase them, now they trying to go elsewhere. When they do get noticed, you bring them back and you do nothing with them again.
Hmm.
That's a waste of talent.
But they kind of hit a few home runs on it. As much as I would hate to bring up this name a little bit, Brock Lesnar left WWE, came back, and became a suplexing machine, and we had to deal with it for years.
Yeah, still currently living with it,
Yeah.
traumatizing people.
Drew McIntyre was last seen in leather pants pretending to play an air guitar with Heath Slater and
And
Jinder
Jinder Mahal,
Mahal. Just
Yeah.
think about
bruh,
the three names I just told
three
you.
MB. How
These
they used to
niggas,
do it, three.
Drew
Yeah.
McIntyre had a cowboy hat and thought he was a rock star.
That nigga was skinny as hell too.
Yeah.
Yep, the chosen one. Imagine going from the chosen one to three
David
MB.
Senior started juicing.
What? Ray John, though. Who do you think is an independent star that you want to see?
Jordan Grace from TNA. I just feel like, especially with, the merger happening right now and everything, it's just with the most recent NXT talent and Stephanie Becker and, Julia.
Yeah.
We just have so many talent right now that she would be able to put amazing matches on the main roster and on NXT. So I just feel like, if that opportunity ever does come and she does feel like she can jump sides, I would love to see what WWE can do with her booking wise and what those matches would turn out to be. Because, like I said, we got some good talent in WWE, and she's a fucking amazing wrestler. So it'll definitely be an interesting time if that happens.
Hmm.
No, I can respect it. I can respect it.
Hell yeah.
So now
Grace
we're gonna
versus Jordan.
mm, we're gonna do Bray's moments of the week. Bray, you had an interesting one that fucked me up as soon as I saw it in the group chat. I was like, that happened? I thought
Yes,
the nigga was
sir. The,
still out.
the return of the prophet, the return of the one winged angel, Kenny Omega, has decided to return to the World of Wrestling after a long hiatus. And obviously, I'm going through his, troubles with his stomach and everything. Glad he's okay and everything. But yeah, Kenny Omega's back, and he's deciding to take his time to New Japan for the moment. Now, remember, he did just re-sign recently to AEW, like about a year ago. He re-signed to a 5-year contract. So, he's choosing right now just to go to New Japan just because he, one, feels like he owes New Japan just a lot just for what they've done for him as a wrestler, giving him that chance to become the star that he is. And two, that AEW doesn't need him right now, which I can very much respect because it's like AEW has their own things going on with their own storylines, and you don't want to just throw Kenny Omega in the middle of it because it's like
Right.
he
And
is
then
such a
instant
big
world
draw that
title.
would take away from other feuds that are currently occurring in AEW. But one thing he did say that I saw was very interesting is that one person he really wants to wrestle when he comes back would be Swerve Strickland, which I'm like, hell yeah, I that match would be amazing. Kenny versus
Oh
Swerve
yeah.
would be some shit.
Swerve and Omega.
Oh
That'd be
yeah.
real good.
So what you guys think about this Kenny Omega coming back to New Japan? What's y'all thoughts?
I mean now it's more or less, is he running back as IWGP World Heavyweight Champion? Is he gonna go through that phase again? Because right now you got Zack Sabre Jr. in that position. So, are you gonna either put him over there, or I mean, you got the global titles he haven't won. He might go down that route.
True, true.
I'm
Yeah.
quite sure he's not there as enhancement talent. So yeah, it'd be a better chance of him just having some fun with moving around through different divisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's perfect. Well said. What about you,
Yeah,
Visionary 23? What you think about it?
First thing first, his New Japan theme slap, man. I can't lie. It should slap. And
I ain't heard it yet. I'm gonna have to check that out.
never heard his New Japan theme?
His New Japan. Mm-mm.
Oh, it's so fucking
Uh,
good.
yeah, it is.
I ain't know too much about Kenny Omega. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's fucked up how I'm gonna say it. I found out about
Yeah.
that nigga on Up Up Down Down when I saw him and Xavier Woods with each other. I was like,
Damn.
hey, that's how it be sometimes.
they be letting these niggas interact with the outside wrestling
Yep,
competition. I was
That
like,
was crazy.
I was like Vince. I said if
I was
Vince ain't
surprised
turning,
with that too.
if
He knew
Vince
what he
don't
was
turn
doing.
this
That's
grave.
money.
Another thing I was just actually thinking about too is with Kenny being in New Japan, that means that he more than likely is probably going to enter the G1 tournament next year.
Oh yeah,
True.
you know that that New Japan type of wrestling and everything mixed in with AEW's nonsense. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not too much of a fan of it right now. Just because like I didn't seen too many New Japan dudes come through and do nothing in AEW. Like, isn't Okada just sitting around with the Young Bucks being a comedy act right now?
Yeah, yeah, talking about
Yeah, that's
some
true.
bitch.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's funny as hell, but
Because
I
like
can't take that too serious.
after seeing him as that dominant champion in New Japan, to be, a little bit more loose with his character, or probably the person he wanted to be on screen that they didn't let him do because they knew, like, all right, they ain't gonna be able to take our champion serious if he just
Yeah, I think that's
joking all the
exactly what
time.
it is that these New Japan guys are going over to AEW for the fact of creative freedom and being able to actually do something they enjoy. Not saying they don't enjoy the work they do in New Japan, but they have to play this very strict, serious character because
Hell
it's
yeah, you
a lot
gotta
more serious.
uphold Joe's everything
Exactly.
to Japan standard.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, Okada, he more than likely decided to go with AEW over WWE for the fact of he would have that chance to be a kind of more goofy character that he's always probably wanted to play.
Yeah,
Hmm.
don't gotta be a serious ass champion the whole fucking time. You can still
Like, he
hold
can
the
still
belt, still
obviously
can put
go out
on
and
great
make
matches.
matches while still being this just goofy ass character.
Hell yeah. But shit, our truth, he had the belt like what, 53 times or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Something like it.
He's a NWA world champion a couple times over, I believe. He has a pedigree, but when you put yourself in a certain position and that's what get over, the fans won't forget that got over. Broken Man Hardy, they always gonna
From that
push
point,
him towards that.
shit.
Hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna get into one of the final segments. Favorite women's wrestlers. Three women of all time. Now,
Ooh, that's a good one.
Chris is gonna explain exactly how this one is gonna go.
So my initial idea was you pick basically the top three women that you can from any point in time in wrestling, very start to current day, and give us your reason on why your number one is your number one. It's like we can understand why your two and three is two and three, but why your number one is the number one women's wrestler of all time. And this is my question for all three of the guys.
Okay.
Bet. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna just switch off after each one. So with that being said, I give my number three first. My number three, Michelle McCool. I don't care what nobody say. You can't
Okay.
tell me
Okay.
shit different. Michelle McCool carried wrestling for a decent little minute for the Divas.
Yeah.
She had the fire ring gear. She had the mic skill. She had the ability to be hated. She had the ability to be loved. She was good technical. Like,
Hmm.
it was so much shit that like Michelle McCool did for wrestling that I don't think she gets too much credit for. Now, of course, we get that rumble pop every time. Either she actually running down the ramp or she coming from out the crowd. It's like she
Yeah, yeah.
had fire ring gear that was just supposed to look like she was lounging at the rumble and was able to put on a fairly good match at her age. And she not even full time. Just
Hmm.
imagine if they would have gave us one match of Michelle McCool versus a Sasha Banks or a Becky or a Charlotte Flair. If we would have
Any
got
of the
one of those
four
matches,
horsewomen.
any one of those matches would have been one of those to signal her being the greatest. Well, one of the greatest. We would put her in that Trish and Lita category because those seem like the only women that got it right now. All the other women are still actively wrestling. So when it comes down to it, we don't know who gonna be the goat.
Yeah.
Could all of them could be the goats? Bianca could even get thrown in that situation, but we don't know yet until somebody retires because nobody is talking about Melina. Nobody's talking about Mickey James just yet. It's like some people try to push in Beth Phoenix, but it's like it's too many women that need to retire for us to put them on that ranking, on that list.
That's fair.
All right. Bray,
Well,
who's your number 3?
I was actually gonna say Mickey James was my number three. just because Mickey James has them also lost the wrestling, not on the same level as Michelle McCool. Mickey James was able to pave her own lane for the time that she entered WWE, and at the time that she entered the women's division, she was able to kind of pave her own way without needing to be overtly
Yeah.
sexy or do overtly sexual acts. She was able to kind of get off on like, hey, I can actually decently wrestle while also having some kind of like decent self respect. So I always fucked with Mickey James a lot growing up as well. Like she was always the one I kind of making more towards of the divas at that time.
Nah, I fuck with it. I fuck with it.
That's a good
Definitely
one.
me.
Shit. Visionary. Who's number three for you?
Um, I'm gonna go with Beth Phoenix.
That's fair.
Okay.
Can't be
Yeah,
mad at it.
like
Amazon.
she, yeah, she dominated for a while too.
She definitely had a good few years where nobody could fuck with her.
Facts.
Yeah, and remember she entered that Royal Rumble too. I think in 2010.
Hmm.
She threw Kylie out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's still a sight that's crazy to see.
yeah.
Okay, okay. LC, number three.
My number three of all time. I would have to say pretty much I'm gonna start from past to present. So I mean simply because she was pivotal in everything, Fabulous Moolah.
Okay.
Just because she kind of made that pedigree, along with the help of everybody else, but she became like a known name in a lot of different households. Even my great granny, she was watching wrestling. That's what kind of like turned me on to, you know, territorial days. She had tapes from so far past you wouldn't even realize. That's
Mm,
why we had just about every damn nitro there was to date. Like that
Okay.
shit. Yeah, she made sure that the Fabulous Moolah, just about anybody that went through the territories from deep, mid south, anywhere back and forth, she knew Fabulous Moolah. That was her favorite.
Okay,
that'd
okay.
be
Well, I guess for my number two, I'm gonna have to give it to this person. And I wanted to put this person at number one, but I just can't because number one is so important to me that Trish Stratus is gonna be number two for me.
Okay,
that's a good
Trish
one.
Stratus
Trish number two,
carried a dying women's division in the Attitude Era.
very
We
much
had
so.
Godfather coming out with hoes. They didn't have a name. They literally was just hoes. If they came out as a
Godfather,
tag team, they would have been hoes. If they
the
was
hoe,
coming out in a singles match, they would have just been hoe.
hoe one,
Like you giving them like movie credits for Titrons and names.
right here, just ho ho ho.
Just imagine going through a WWE game and you get all the way down to the H's and you passing through and you didn't went past 62 different hoes.
Like,
Hole number
mom, weren't
7
you
from
in this game?
1998.
You don't know which character your mom was in the game, but you know she was in a video game.
Yeah.
See?
Come to find
I
out she
just
was whole
wonder.
17.
Just imagine like you get like your son like gets into wrestling and he wanna go watch the Attitude Era days and you was one of Godfather's hoes.
I mean, I'd rather be one of the
He'd
hoes
be
than one of
like,
the lesbians. They had all type of stuff going on back there. They literally had them come out as the lesbians.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I'd rather come out as the lesbians than come out as hoes. Hoes is gonna traumatize you. This new day and age get fucked up. Just imagine your
At least
mom
the
come
hoes
out
are
for
getting
a
paid.
singles match.
Oh
Nigga,
yeah, that's tough.
just imagine a nigga taking you being one of the hoes children and somebody put a picture of your mama on the front of his t-shirt and modeled a t-shirt around school and it's just your mama being hoe number 3 on a Monday Night Raw episode.
And between 1990 and 2010, your mother reigned as
That's a
Ho
long
1,
time.
Ho 2.
That's 11 years of hoeing.
Damn.
11 years of being a hoe for one company.
And then it's like when he come back now, they just put like the finest females next to
Hmm.
him.
Knowing damn well that nigga can't pull off all them damn young hoes.
Hey,
He should not be with this bitch who's 26. He should be with a 42-year-old woman walk him down. He should be with
not the
old hoes.
Godfather. He's the Godfather. He get all the hoes.
Yeah, fuck all of that. That shit, nigga, that shit don't look good on the outside of wrestling. You got to be on the inside to understand what this means. If you
Yeah,
see an old black dude, if you see an old black dude walking around with a bunch of mixed generations of women, you'd be like, all right, that's fair. But if it's all young hoes, you look like,
What the fuck?
what going on here?
That shit wild.
like that's what I'm saying. Like, don't let these young. If Godfather come back out for Raw, do not let that old nigga walk out with no young hoes. He need to be with some women that look like they like scratch offs.
not, not the GIFs.
like like they should have on like they should have like on like the sandals, like the old women sandals, like like Sunday church sandals. Like that's what they should have
I had
on.
him coming out in church clothes is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is going on?
I'm just saying, hell, he walk out there, it's gonna be hoes and fishnets and Rick Owens shoes. Like
Rick Owens.
that's not gonna look good on Netflix.
It's not.
That's not gonna look good on USA Network. They gonna immediately turn that shit off. Just
Hey,
let
no,
him
they
come out
watch
with the
now.
old
That's
hoes.
anybody that's watch now. That's TV. They gonna be on there. They be watching all the ratchet shit daily.
But so Bray, it's on you. Who's number two?
My number two has to go to Rhea Ripley, just because she has done so much for like the modern day era of women's wrestling and just her popularity. And not only just that, just the fact that she can actually genuinely put on some amazing matches. Because we've seen Rhea over the last, hell, I'll even say 3 years at this point, put on spectacular matches on sides of like Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch. We've seen her go to lengths with some of the greatest women in wrestling history and go toe to toe with them. So I'm just thinking she deserves her flowers for the fact that in such a short time she's been able to accomplish so much in her short career. Because Rhea Ripley really hasn't been in WWE long.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
True, true. Visionary. Who number two?
Um, I'm gonna say Lita. Like she was a part of with the Lita. I mean, she was with the Hardy Boys. Uh, dude with the red hair. I forgot his
I
name.
say Rios.
Yeah,
Hey, top five. Top five. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I say Rios is top five.
yeah. And then she helped build Edge career. Yeah,
Yeah, she did a lot more than to build her career.
yeah,
Oh man, she completely elevated that man's career. Took him
yeah.
to a whole different height. Nobody else been able to do since then.
Yep. This nigga start winning the belts and shit. The main title.
Hey, it worked. You gonna
Yeah,
call him the
Yeah.
rated R superstar? You got to do something with it.
yep,
They told him to play a slimy character and he decided to take it a little too literal.
yeah,
Hey, take it completely literal.
had
Don't take nothing
this
with a grain
had
of
this
salt.
man Matt Hardy hated him for years.
Man, I fucking hate
yeah,
you. No literal hate.
Got this man
yeah,
fired because he wanted to put hands on him so bad.
Right. I thought it was just like, work. Those was literal shoots
Nah,
happening on
that was
TV.
genuine beef.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, his veins popping out a little more than usual. You don't usually see Matt like this. What's going on here? Is we
Mm-hmm.
getting a heel turn?
Bro was
Like, yeah,
crashing
even
out.
though
Bro
he
was
he
crashing
did
out.
heel
That's
turn,
what
but
happened.
no, that was real. Yeah, that was real.
Yeah.
Said, no, I want to rip his ass apart. Just like, okay, everybody knew from that point forward. Don't fuck with Matt Hardy
Oh god,
Nah.
for real. Not a genuine crashy.
Yeah.
and smile right after it.
Yeah. That was a wild time though.
All right.
I can't wait to see like the next generation of Hardys in wrestling because I'm
Yeah.
quite sure, I believe Jeff has the Hardy girls, and then Matt has the reincarnation of the Hardy boys. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that'd be a crazy ass faction right there.
That'd be a crazy ass dig if he don't become a wrestler.
Oh
He been
yeah, I
on
mean,
TV
hey,
since he was born.
For real.
yep, been part of matches, cinematic matches, everything.
Hmm.
Hey, it worked, but I mean, even if not, it still work out good for them.
Yeah.
All right. So Lita being your number two, LC. Did you do yours already?
No, my number two would have to be, uh, because it's like she literally been doing her thing lately, and I mean, even though modern day they not really gonna try to give it to her, but
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Grace,
Yeah.
she
That's fair.
been yeah she been doing it for a while now. Even before then, it was like seeing what she was doing as a tag competitor. It was always that open space for like, all right, wait till she become that single superstar. Then
Right.
she got over to TNA and took over as that main women's dominant wrestler that can still
Mm-hmm.
like hold the belt and everything. It was like what they was trying to build up with what's her name? Tessa Blanchard. That didn't really go right, with the allegations and everything. Even if things was confirmed, just a journalist now. So that's what we do. Just saying. There's some stuff going on with that, and she would have been in a position to be in a list like that. But now Jordan, who has been showing like, hey, look, pay attention. I'm right here. I'm not on. I'm not under this person. I'm not next to this person. I'm in my own lane doing this. She in
Here we
her
go.
own category. That's what you kind of want in a wrestler that's gonna be able to hold your brand up and not somebody that's looking at everybody else and what they doing and concerned about how they're doing it. Because that's not a benefit on your brand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So before we get into everybody's number one, Bro John, I thought it'd be a funny situation if out of you and me, we shoot first into that child's hoop over here on who gonna go first.
I bet. I'm not making this up.
Boom. So Ray John missed. So he gotta go first on who number one is. You gonna get judged first. That's the game. If it's not right.
So my number one female of all time for all wrestling would have to go to. Oh man, this is tough. Real shit. I gotta probably give it to Sasha Banks. Not Mercedes
Okay.
Monet.
I,
Sasha
I feel
Banks.
what you're saying. I feel what you're saying.
There's a difference here.
Mercedes is new.
I respect what Mercedes has done, but she is not the same beast she was as Sasha Banks was in WWE. Sasha
I
True.
feel
Banks,
you on
there
that.
is a reason she was categorized as one of the four horsewomen that revolutionized what the fuck they had going on in the mid 2010s with women's wrestling. Sasha Banks was that bitch. There ain't no other way to put it. She was that bitch in WWE. Like I love me some Sasha Banks. That was so sad today. She didn't, her and Naomi walked out. But Sasha Banks, I got to give her flowers, especially as a black woman, for what she has done in WWE and just wrestling in general. Yeah, I got to get that hold. I got to give it to Sasha.
I bet. Chris, Visionary 23. I got a number in my head from 1 through 10. I want y'all to guess it.
3.
5.
It was 8. Visionary 23 was the closest. LC, who's
Yeah.
number one for you?
Number 1, Santina Morella. No, I'm just fucking with
You a
you.
sick.
That's
You a,
crazy as hell.
you a sick bastard. I want you to know that. You a sick
That shit
bastard.
was horrible. I don't know why he did that shit, bro.
Oh man, no, I'm fucking with you.
Nigga,
For
I
real
remember
though.
that. I remember that, nigga. That's
Y'all remember that? I was
and
at
it
your house
started.
watching that shit, bro. I was pretty surprised that they went that route.
Nigga,
Yeah.
when I tell you my
But
jaw dropped when they
That
let
was,
that nigga push both of them over, I was like, this some bullshit.
my number one all time, and yeah, I don't mind being judged based off of it because she was giving literal shit, and it was you know you gonna have to do something with this. Awesome Kong,
Very underrated.
very very fucking underrated, and I don't care who says anything about it. Even when she went and had her indie, spin off for everything, she still showcased like, hey, I can carry your company, bring you into a newer height, and still have great fucking matches. They're gonna look at her based off size, and they gonna compare us. Like, oh, okay, she listed as a super heavyweight, but movement, she literally can throw hands, literally
hmm
tossing motherfuckers around. Her Aja Kong, I can kind of put them in like the same boat. That's why it'd be kind of hard having that like discussion on who's the number one because they all get it from each other. They all help train each other into who that character was, but also like behind the scenes that what they have done for wrestling.
hmm
It's like they didn't put a lot of different people on from just starting in that company up until now.
Yeah, nah, I can understand that. Awesome Kong being number one for you, that's fair. That's valid. TNA go for sure. Like in my personal
Oh
opinion,
yeah,
like
very
100%.
much so. That was really where that reign started. I wanted to see her and Abyss in the faction, but
definitely one of
it
them
was just
ones.
speculation.
All right, who do I feel like I could? Hmm. John, pick a number 1 through 10, and me and Visionary gonna guess.
All right, I got it.
All right, Visionary, you go first.
Um, 8.
4.
Well, damn, y'all both fall in the middle of it. It's 6. So,
6. So I was going to say it's probably 6.
Thanks.
Uh, all right, 1 through 5.
I would say I got another number. Yeah, 1 through 5.
3.
A 4.
It's Jesse. It's 3.
Okay.
Visionary, who number one?
Um, I was gonna say Melina, but I'm gonna give it to Zoe Stark. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I know she in the trash group right now, but when they break that up, I think she got potential. I think she has potential.
I don't know if I'm supposed to take that as disrespect yet, but I'm gonna hear you out. I'm gonna give it time. I'm gonna
Yeah,
give it time.
give it time. Give it time. It's gonna work out. Trust me.
I give you 2 years.
Yeah,
2 years is
maybe,
reasonable.
maybe 3. Yeah.
I mean, I give you 2 years from the point that the group break up.
hmm
Yeah. After that, I ain't got no hopes.
If they don't do nothing with her, if she ain't throwing motherfuckers in the air and kneeing them in the throat and tossing motherfuckers overboard, then we're gonna come back around to this episode here, and we just gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we gonna
Yeah.
we gonna have
Two
to
year, two
see.
years from the group breakup. whatever they do with that group. Because I mean, you got Shayna Baszler
Hmm.
in a position where it's like she should be holding one of those belts, but she not. What we doing
Yeah,
here? It's like
they
they
doing
don't
her so
watch their
wrong.
own product sometimes, but
They don't.
can't say that if they trying to do all these different runarounds and nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
Facts, facts. Okay. So we Starks being your potential number one, three women all time. Okay.
Hmm.
Hmm. You know, like I said, I guess we gonna have to give it some time. We just gonna have to.
Yeah.
And I ain't got so I gotta get my number one. I can't just pass it off to one of you niggas and do an honorable mention. Damn.
Nope.
Yeah, you gotta say it now.
Shit.
Who that number one be?
The number one women's wrestler to me of all time. All right. Y'all gotta hear me out. Okay. Okay. Y'all gotta hear me out. TNA 2009 is when I
Hmm.
first saw them on, like, I saw them on Spike TV. And it was a match where it was, um, I forgot what her damn name is right now. I think it was like Brooke something. Brooke Tessmacher or something like that. She was going one
Oh
on
yeah,
one
she was
against
dressed up as like that damn.
teacher, assistant
Yeah,
type of shit.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
yeah.
And then it was like I forgot her goddamn name, Madison Rain, and they had a
Yep.
women's match, and I was like, you know what? I mean, you know, ain't shit different from WWE, but it was longer, so I'm gonna watch the next one. I forgot the lady that this person was going against, but number one is ODB.
DB.
ODB was comedy. She was a she was an alcoholic country woman that was all about drinking beer
Bro,
and putting
discovering her
people
was great.
between her chest. Was hilarious. ODB was the hillbilly wrestling goat to me.
Wait till you get the clips with these.
Like,
For the
oh,
younger fans that don't know anything about that day and age of TNA, they need to go back and watch that.
oh, don't worry, ODB gonna be in the thumbnail. That I don't even care. She gonna be in there somewhere, just so everybody can see ODB and like true form. ODB was one of them ones. She was a comedy act, but she was also taken as a threat. I think she's a multiple time women's knockout champion in
Hell yeah.
TNA, tag team champion in TNA. She did a lot.
Her,
She had
Gail,
great
Kim.
matches with like Gail Kim, Awesome Kong, Mickey James, Tara, who we
Hmm.
know as Victoria in
Victoria.
WWE. Like, she's had great matches with some of these women, and it's just crazy to think like if ODB would have came to WWE, that would have been the funniest shit ever. Like, ODB
Could
would
have
have
put her
stood
with
next to Mickey James with Lake Cool doing the Piggy James shit. So she was
Oh yeah.
country. You could have thrown ODB as Mickey James' country ass friend who get down. That
that would
shit
have been
would
a
have put
perfect ass
money
tag
in the
team.
Yeah.
goddamn. Boy, y'all could have introduced the Divas Tag Team Championships at that point, and people wouldn't have
Hey,
been mad.
hell
Y'all
no,
could have
that would have
gave
been
us
perfect for
two.
that.
Y'all could have gave us two butterfly stamp tattoo tag team championship belts, and fans wouldn't have been disappointed.
How could you
Yeah,
be?
you talking about that damn Divas title?
We could just made a double of that.
Yeah.
I would have been mad at it.
So it's just like,
I mean,
ODB,
hey, they had to work with what they had at that point.
Hmm.
exactly. And ODB being my number one and everything like that, like that's how I feel about it. It's like y'all can't tell
That's
me shit
reasonable.
bad about ODB. And even after she got done with wrestling, she's still the same motherfucker. Except for she said barbecue now.
Hey, that's
That's the
fucking
only thing.
perfect. We need to go see what's today. Make sure
Let her
we put a
know.
word in.
Man, hell.
Like
Don't
we
be
need to come interview you about wrestling, man, and try your barbecue.
like I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna have to see what's up. That's the only white woman who barbecue I might attempt to try.
I know she can get down on the grill. I swear to God, I know she can get down on the grill.
Facts. And now let's get us all back on
Gonna be
camera.
gonna be barbecue and liquor, getting fucked up.
Hell yeah.
Uh but now we are gonna get into 20-minute wrestling rants. And you know what? Seeing that I usually always started off, I'm gonna start it off with this. Everybody who thought B Fab was gonna be awful in that SmackDown triple threat match,
Public apology.
I want y'all to apologize to that girl because y'all can see she been in the ring.
She cooking.
Y'all seen she been practicing. Y'all see she be training. And
Hell yeah.
out of all the people who was her, trainer and shit like that, Natalia that made some shit happen. Well, I mean her
Natalia
and
do her
also her
thing
boy.
every time.
That and her husband, Tyson Kidd. I
Tyson
forgot
Kidd.
what's his
Yeah.
name? TJ, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out TJ since you're not Tyson Kidd no more. Shout out to you, bro.
He's
You
still
and
Tyson Kidd.
Natalia have shown that y'all can build a wrestling foundation y'all damn self if y'all take on the
Yeah.
Hart name. Because B Fab, I ain't gonna say B Fab should be taken more serious as a challenger for this title right now.
Hmm.
But if she get a little bit more in a step to where she can wrestle with the Baileys one on one and be okay, with a Candice LeRae and nobody looks
Yeah.
weak, with an NXT girl and it looks all right. Like if she can show that
Yeah.
she has the
But
ability to
if they
go,
don't test her, how would you know?
and
Yeah.
I feel like this was a good test again because you remember the last time she had a one on one match on television, it didn't go as planned.
Right.
I
And
think
you
it was
know,
just
first time
Natalia.
jitters and some shit.
Yeah, so they seen a lot of things that could that she could do to make herself better. And
Right.
now that she got that confidence and everything, I'm hoping to see more from BFAB because BFAB, she has the voice. She could be taken serious as a women's United States champion. I couldn't see it as a world champion because all she has ever been is a manager. So you can't just
Hmm.
force me to believe she made this from the ground up.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it's
I
just like
mean,
I feel
hey,
like that.
greatest quote I ever heard.
Yeah.
Nobody can turn the Dan Gable overnight besides Dan Gable. It's like he turned into a monster overnight in whooping ass and wrestling. For the people who don't know, look up Dan Gable.
I'd say that's what makes it so funny is that you're not lying.
It's like, hey, cause but I mean, technically, overnight is essentially that week to week. You're gonna see that progression based off if they gonna have her on that same network. If you put her in dark matches and everything like that from here on out, you're gonna see the in-ring progression. You only ever know that Mickey James is who Mickey James is if she's been in that ring and showed you like, hey, look, I got all this accolades, but at the same time, I can still do this. I can still go with the best of them.
True, true. And it's just like with BFAB and everything like that. Like I'm hoping that like what's her damn name, Maxine Dupree can get into those same type of training skills so she can
Oh yeah,
actually show herself a little bit more because I mean you can see that she got the passion and want to learn about wrestling and shit. Like she don't want
hmm
to just be a background person. She'll get in the
Hmm.
ring and take a few bumps and like I fuck with that. It's like I'm hoping that I'm not saying we like she get like a world championship reign or even one of those reigns, but it's like at least like show that hey, she worked her way up into this. Like, her first couple of matches have not been nothing. Her last couple of matches has improved, but it's not improving to the point where it's like you can put her on weekly television and nobody will be mad at you.
right. I mean, they only booking her with the comedy actress still based off
True, true. But it's
the
like the
her
mental
Otis.
preparation.
Yeah,
It's like you can tell that she's nervous in the ring and shit like that because so many people has shot her confidence. And I mean,
yeah,
like I said, yeah, like she put on stinker matches because like y'all put her up too early. Y'all put her up there too early and what maybe gave that girl like what 3 weeks of training on how to take certain bumps. When it comes to wrestling, we always know that one thing is for sure. Most of the spots that are going to happen are just out the fucking blue. You expecting
Yeah,
this girl to learn a whole new generation and style of wrestling when she's never been a part of it. So it's just like I'm
hey,
saying, like give
and
her like a
that's
little bit
shit.
more time and a little bit more confidence. I think she could be all right in WWE. Not world champion, I but shit, I like you can put her in marquee matches and be like, all right, that's fair. Let's see if she can do it. She might not win it, but then you could be like, oh, okay, she put up a fair fight. That's the only thing I want to see if Maxine Dupree is in a championship match. Tag team, women's US, women's IC, women's world, WWE women's championship. It don't matter. I just want to see something that shows that, oh, okay, she's been training. Like, this is
Yeah,
okay.
she can still double back NXT.
Even then, she got the
Definitely.
look that Shawn Michaels going for. Shit, he'd do it.
I
Yeah.
mean, hey, if you think about it, the way that he maneuvered around the Tiffany Stratton situation, she showed you like even though yeah, they just gonna say like the pretty face this and that, she can still wrestle. They
Exactly.
put that persona on the blind girls with that shit. Like, all right, y'all just there to look cute. But then she was like, no, motherfucker, I do this.
Exactly. It's like,
And start getting down on their ass.
exactly. I just
But
need like some type of like
hey,
confidence boost to like push her to, feel comfortable into WWE. Cause you never like, you always hate to see like those people who, came to WWE and like, showed that they were willing to, do whatever it took to be known and liked by the crowd, even if they knew they wasn't gonna get a world championship type of,
low
ending
key
with their
Nikki
career.
Cross.
I can agree with Nikki too. Some NXT gold or something, Nikki ASH as a Raw Women's Champion was very disappointing.
I mean, you give her the best of let her do the character that she likes to do and be, and then you push her into this superhero role and finally put the belt on her. Why? Like there's no payoff in that
Hmm.
At all.
because now that she's a superhero and she has a championship, she has nothing to overcome. And with nothing to overcome besides eventually being defeated by a villain, all you're doing is setting up the inevitable. And pretty much it. From there, it's like, all right, now we're gonna do a character change and let you switch around for a while. Then now she with the Y6,
Facts.
so
But
ain't
I'm
no
gonna
telling
spin
where that's
back.
gonna go.
I'm gonna spin back on one motherfucker that I wanted to talk about. Austin Theory.
Austin.
After listening to his Chris Van Vliet interview and shit like that, I still feel like we got time in the future to make him a world champion.
Think so?
Just because he made a good amount of points that he just does what the business asks him to do. Like like
They
even
can
like
work
with
together and
the
enjoy.
even with him like being like Vince's chosen one, like he didn't let it get to his head too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can see he didn't change up most of the shit that he was doing. He still had his comedy thing. He still had the smile that you hated. He still had the douchebag goofball mind state. Like he still was like took into like a point where it's like, if y'all don't do nothing with him right now, cool, because I know there's a payoff in the end for this man.
Young John Cena, like a
It's
Yeah.
just
motherfucker.
like
That's
he
all I see.
still I feel like he still has time to at least do that. And with Austin Theory and shit like that, it's like, he's only like what, 26, 25, 26.
He might be younger than that.
Yeah, you
And
don't peak in
if
pro
he's younger
wrestling
than
until you in your
us,
like
Nah,
30,
he's around
40.
our age. How old is Austin Theory? He's 27.
27, he got 13, 15 more years. He don't do anything too crazy or extreme. Not saying that as a bad thing, but like he doesn't do nothing that's just like insane.
Right,
Right.
he not
He don't
flying,
got nothing
none of the
like that
other
makes
shit,
him
but
stand
he,
out amongst the,
yeah, and
other
he can
talent
wrestle.
in WWE.
Hmm.
Exactly.
He could take a bump. I mean, so could Dolph Ziggler.
Right, and he kind of imitate Dolph a little bit, which kind of is like good on him because you need somebody that can sell the move. You can't just be good at wrestling but not good at selling.
Right.
Hmm.
Exactly. But now
Yeah.
something that, I want to ask everybody about. How do we feel about getting another Raw logo? Like it feel like we just got this Raw logo and
I
one
feel
that
like
Time
they
we've
for a
done
change.
so many logos within this the last like 5 years. Real shit.
like it's
Hmm.
just like it makes no sense. Like we just got the new SmackDown logo and nobody's
Hmm.
liking that. And then we just got somebody did a concept for another SmackDown one if they decided to change it. And then I just saw what the Netflix one is gonna look like for Raw. And I'm sick of Raw right
Hey,
now
as long
because
as
it's too
wrestling
many
is
name
on, I
changes.
don't even care at this point.
Like I'm fine with that, but it's just like looking at that apron. If I get WWE 2K26, I'm not playing in that arena
Mm.
You will
just
have
because
about 30 different Raws in the last, what Bray say, the 5 years to play it.
it's so many different. Like we go through so many different logos, so many different sets and shit like that. Like I just want a set that like is like fairly good because Raw and SmackDown having the same sets. Like I get it, ticket sales and shit like that. Y'all can't make a big ass arena like y'all used to, but goddamn, make something look good. Make something shaking that motherfucker to where it look like, oh, okay, these two brands separate each other.
I mean, it's gonna be more or less paid actors in the crowd now, so
It's just like
you,
NXT got their own little thing. Now I get it, they in the
yeah,
performance center, they got the ability to not have too many people and make it look like it does. But
right. But they
damn,
still have like, actual people out there. I don't know how they gonna really do this whole Netflix move. Are they still allowing live crowds, or they just it's gonna mostly be like paid off actors in the front of that crowd?
nah,
Nah.
you can't take
Have the
they
right
won't.
people in the
I don't think
right
they're going to do
places.
that. I think it's going to be akin to what we just saw with this Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, where it's like they're going to have paid advertisements in the crowd, like Squid Games and shit, promoting shit on Netflix, but it's still going to be a predominantly WWE crowd of people there to enjoy this show.
All right. All right.
Exactly.
He better not be lagging and shit like that shit was. The Jake Paul fight
Man,
was.
hey,
That
because
was.
you
So
got
one
to
thing that made
consider
me
you got a
got people
few
about
million people.
the Netflix fight was
Yeah.
that like this is Netflix first like live event they're hosting. So I was like, the moment I heard that, I was like, so you guys are gonna just take over all the WWE pay per views going forward once that Peacock deal ends in like 2 years.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
Hmm.
They
That was them saying that kind of to
if
me
this is a
solidified that
tester.
they're gonna take all of that.
If this is a tester for that though, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not fucking with it.
Well, I think
Yeah.
this,
All
if
right.
they were gonna test it, this would probably be that would have probably been the best test because that's gonna get the most people to go to Netflix that they've had in a while.
Yeah, but this is also showing that if it's too many people watching that shit, nigga, you are gonna be waiting.
Well, I think no. Well, see, that's also the thing. They're probably going to increase the amount of servers because they expecting this. Like I said, they're treating this whole Netflix Raw first episode like a pay per view level show. They said so. I think they're really going to increase the amount of servers they have because they realize that people who haven't even watched wrestling in a hot minute is probably going to show up for this fucking Netflix show.
Right.
Like,
Especially
I
they
agree.
haven't had the network and shit in years.
That's
You
what I'm saying. I'm like, this was all just a really big test of their servers, and I think they're about to increase their server load so that they, if they ever do get a WrestleMania one day type shit, that we're not running into the same issue of it's buffering in the middle of the fucking match.
Yeah, I think they have it down packed in like 3, 4 years.
I don't think
Hmm.
it's gonna take that long. I don't think it's gonna take them that long, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, if they move at the pace of what they trying to do with that move by 2025, then by like yeah, probably like a couple years in or so, they have it down packed to where it's like moving smoothly. It's not too much interruptions, but
Hmm.
that's what happened with a packed server anytime. If you don't have enough space for people to be on that server, you're gonna get bad lag. Shit just gonna work how it wants, essentially.
I think they just kind of underestimated how many people were dead ass gonna watch that fight.
Oh yeah, a lot. Everybody has Netflix, and then you can use certain codes to get the channels that you need or shows you want to watch.
Right.
You know, it's just like I feel like if this doesn't work out, I feel like they should have just did some with Spike TV again, just because they would have been able to bring it back at least ruthless aggression style wrestling.
Hmm.
Like that era where Raw was on Spike TV wasn't bad.
Right.
Hmm.
Like it still was ruthless aggression and shit like that. We still got chair shots. We got ladder matches every other week. We got blood. Like it was okay. So it's just like with them bringing WWE to a edgier content and shit like that. If it don't work out with Netflix, Spike TV is still available, and Spike TV could use a few more channels because Mansers and 1,000 Ways to Die, that shit ain't gonna last
That
forever.
should be on repeat. You'll
Like I
fall asleep
guarantee,
and then wake up and that shit's still playing. Probably the same episode running.
like I swear to God, like one night while I was living with Chris, you remember living in Joanne Dorsey,
Oh man,
nigga. I
that
play.
shit
I swear,
played forever.
it was on. We was at Timmy house, and we was legit just like laying there, like just listening to like Spike TV on the 1,000 Ways to Die while playing the PlayStation. Literally hours after we got done and we went outside and came back inside, a
That
thousand
shit's
ways to
still
die was
playing.
playing. Bro, we woke up in the middle of the night at the same time, just randomly. 1,000 Ways to Die was still playing.
That
We got
shit,
up the
man.
next
They
we
make
got
some
up
money off that
hours
show.
later. Sort of got hours later, bro. We all got up. It was an ending episode of 1,000 Ways to Die that turned into an infomercial. Spike TV could use some more ratings if Raw wants some people.
Facts.
Yeah.
So it's just like, TNA did their thing with Spike TV and that was good. So it's like, hell, go back to Spike TV if Netflix don't work, if y'all can't get their servers and shit to work.
Hey, use them as a second brand. You got enough brands you can put on different channels.
Hmm.
Shit, even if they ain't gonna do nothing with speed, they can use speed as an ad and run that on the damn channel or the service itself.
Get a lot of
Hmm.
views off of it.
I would say, yeah, speed would be a great thing to actually put in the middle of like advertisements, like where we usually see ads on TV and shit. Have a speed
Right.
match
It's
on.
like have speed match on the damn network as an ad.
True.
That at least entice people to give a fuck about speed.
True.
Right. And then at least you're getting using that paid ad responsibly. You're not just, oh, okay, it's only on X. Who the hell really gonna be on their phone to watch a match for that long without just swiping to something else?
Exactly.
Hmm.
True, true. All right, y'all. With these last 2 minutes and everything like that, we always end up talking to you guys at the end of every pod about, the things that are happening on the channel, and with it being all four guys today, it's it's cool to be able to, talk about all of the future plans for our channel and everything, We basically just started this 2 months ago with the idea of just talking about the one thing we all connect with, trying from since the first episode with me and Bray to the first episode of me, Chris, and Bray, and then adding Visionary in, it's all different changes and everything that we're adapting to, and we getting along pretty well with it and everything. Everybody has their own talking points that they want to. Everybody interacts with each other on the ideas that we want to do for the channel. From the first side quest episode, which we will have more of those coming up soon. You know, But just for everything that has been going on for the channel, us getting a lot of views, good recognized on YouTube shorts. Our clips are always amazing. We talk about, which takes get the most views so we can get go off of that into other things we can talk about to grow the channel. We still on that road to 50, like only five most subscribers until we are able to do live, and then we're going to have the t-shirt giveaway again. That's autographed by me, Broke Boy Bray, Visionary 23, and LC from 773. So it's just like we are on a good trajectory to do big things in 2025, and we looking forward to with our first live event with you guys. We'll be streaming war games. I promise we will be. The last time we tried, two things didn't really go out as planned, but now we got our chance to actually do it, and we're gonna give you that content. So be prepared for that. Check on both for the platforms. Check out our Instagram. Check out the Facebook. Check out the YouTube community post. We are gonna give you guys mainly a lot of good content, and we're looking forward to getting as much people back into the wrestling world as possible. If you're new coming in from wrestling, we're a place to be at. We talk about weekly events in wrestling. We talk about certain superstars. We're going to bring around a whole new set of content. Wrestlers you should look out for. Good, bad publicity in wrestling. Anything. We not too biased on anything. We love all aspects of wrestling.
But we can all agree, fuck Hulk Hogan.
Facts.
And fuck the golden era.
Yeah, Fred, you got some shit you want to say though?
Nah, I ain't got no shit to talk. Just thank you guys for everything that we've gotten so far in these short amount of time. Just it's all a blessing for real. Just the love support we get from you guys on a daily with all the posts and shit. It's just we couldn't ask for more, to be honest.
Facts. What about you, LC?
Man, like I say, pretty much stay tuned. We got a lot more stuff that we dropping pretty soon. Still with the t-shirt giveaway, I also have a slight announcement to make. We also going to throw in a signed hoodie. So not only are you getting a signed t-shirt from us, but you can also end up in that chance of winning that hoodie also signed by everyone.
So see, we got a lot of stuff coming through right now. So if you want to get your hands on that, all you got to do is just subscribe. We'll have all the rules and details for all of it on the channel and everything. Once we get that 50, we'll do an episode for you guys. It could be a pod episode, it could be a side quest episode, but we all will be here once we hit that 50. And who knows, we
Yes,
might
sir.
just go on live immediately once we do it. That could be our thing. So all y'all got to do is just check it out. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share the video, show it to another wrestling fan, somebody who wants, to get a good, opinion on wrestling, It's all that, we ask for. We don't ask for y'all to do anything crazy, send us money and nothing like that. We are self-independent podcast doing everything by hand. So, we all got our own touch and aspect on it. And yeah, that's just how we feel like we are gonna take off pretty well. I think we're doing all right now. So we appreciate you guys that's out there that's coming back and watching every episode, every side quest, checking out the shorts, interacting, especially our TikToks. Our TikTok community is growing pretty well. What about you, Visionary 23? What you want to end off with?
Okay. Fort Worth podcast. What? It's the best damn podcast. What? Fan Ballerina. What? Give him a push. What? Give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know what? I gonna lie to you. That's the perfect way to end this podcast, man.
Yeah.
That was good right there.
Yeah.
So from the four ropes full boys, that's Visionary 23. Right over there, we got LC from 773. And then you got your boy Jay the Kid, and that's Broke Boy Bray. And we will see you guys next time. But remember one thing for sure. Let's get all the guys back on. We want to thank you for wrestling.
Thank you for wrestling, motherfucker.
We out.
Yeah.